Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for the 2022 NBA Playoffs play-in tournament here on Friday, April 15th, 2022. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, over-unders here for you today. We're going to have 4 picks that are great value bets for this Friday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Can't wait to get there with you guys. Reminder here at the channel, guys, we are now partnered with Prize Picks here as well. Use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. Really a great app, guys. I have a lot of fun using it. You can use it for, player props, putting some entries together. They specialize in, all those kinds of things. They cover pretty much everything that has to do with player props. So love it, guys. Check out our code and also our link that we'll have posted down below in the comment section and in the description. Be sure to also check out our community Discord page as well, guys. It's a great place to connect with our community. We'll also have a link down in the comment section and in the description for that. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there is a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description. Really just a great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate all of your support here at the channel. Okay, now let's get right into the results from the previous episodes. This is from the play-in tournament on Wednesday. Games there are between the Pelicans Spurs and the Hawks and the Hornets. Had a little bit of a brain fart for a minute there. Okay, so for our comment cappers, we had Gotta Get the Bag calling the Terry Rozier under 30.5 PRAs. Cash that. We had Anthony Moe calling the CJ McCollum over 25.5 points. Cash that as well. And then we had Fly Miss cashing the DeAndre Hunter over 14.5 points. So great call outs there from our comment cappers. As far as our stream results go, we swept the first game, so we hit the under 236 points. There in the Hornets-Hawks game, it finishes right at 235, and LaMelo Ball tried to ruin it at the end. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the Hawks guy delivered for us and stuffed him at the rim, which was justice, honestly. It shouldn't have been that close anyway. I don't know if you guys saw the final 3 minutes. It shouldn't have been that close. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then we had Trae Young under 11.5 assists, and he finishes with 11. So happy to cash both of those. As far as our bets in the Pelicans Spurs game, they did not go our way. Foul trouble was really the story there for our bets. Brandon Ingram over 11.5 rebounds and assists did not cash. Like I said, he picked up 3 fouls there in the first half, came off with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Honestly, was moving in the right direction. He had 6 rebounds and assists at that point when he came off 5 minutes to go. So who knows? He probably could have gotten to like 8 or 9. And then, he starts the third quarter out with a foul about a couple minutes in and sits the whole third. So really nothing a lot we could do there. And same thing with DeJounte Murray. He played 9 minutes in the first half. He ends up with 1 3-pointer. So we had over 1.5 threes on him. So we missed both our bets there, guys. But we're going to get back after it today, guys. We're going to get this 4-0. So let's get right into our picks. And number 1, we are going with Darius Garland under 8.5 assists here for the Cleveland Cavaliers at plus 106 odds. So you guys will recall, I played this earlier in the week, and we did cash this earlier in the week as well. Garland is 5 out of his last 7 to the under here overall. He's 7 out of 7 in his career to the under versus the Atlanta Hawks as well, which is what I'd love to see. And we got Rajon Rondo once again active for that game. So what does that mean? What did that mean last game? Well, Rajon Rondo had 9 assists in 26 minutes. That was kind of, honestly, that was to be expected. Playoff Rajon Rondo, expected him to play more minutes, which he did. In the playoffs, I expect that to continue because they played very well, actually, with him on the floor. They had a +2 player differential with Rajon Rondo on the floor, so I look for him to have the same role, if not more. Obviously, he played very well. That was the second best player differential on the Cavs all game, aside from Kevin Love. So definitely expect to see more of Rajon Rondo as well in the same type of a role. Garland here, 11 out of his last 16 to the under with Rondo in the lineup, just to give you an idea. And like I said, Rondo's role has been expanded here, obviously heading into the playoffs. And the Hawks here play better defensively as well. They're actually allowing the 8th fewest assists over their last 10 games, which is very good. And they also have the 9th best defensive rating over their last 5 games as well. So This defense honestly has been playing better, and like I said, if anybody's going to get assists on the Cavs, I'm expecting it more to be Rajon Rondo, not as much Garland. Like I said, expect for him to work off the ball a lot more with Rondo on the court, and for Rondo to run point a lot like he did the other night. Honestly, I love this bet again for plus value. It may move up to 9.5, and if you can grab under 9.5, even better. But 8.5 for plus value, I absolutely love it, guys. Like I said, he wasn't even close the other night. He had about 5 assists, so really not even a sweat. And I think we could see, roughly the same thing. Like I said, he's also never cashed the over versus the Hawks, so I love seeing that as well. Obviously, you got Capella there guarding the paint, so it's not like he's gonna be able to lob it up for anybody. It's gonna have to come off of threes, and hitting 8-9 threes off assists, it's kind of hard to do. So, like I said, I think we should be in good shape here. Love it here for our number 1 pick. Darius Garland, under 8.5 assists here for the Cleveland Cavaliers at plus 106 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're rolling with the Atlanta Hawks, minus 1.5 spread here versus the Cavaliers at minus 112 odds. These guys, the Hawks have won 4 of the last 5 meetings here with the Cavaliers. They've really dominated the series here recently and during the season. And what I really love here for the Hawks, guys, and more of a playoff type situation here, is they have the experience on their whole team. Now, you can look at the Cavaliers and be like, well, they have Rajon Rondo. They have a couple players on their team that have playoff experience. That is true. They have Kevin Love. They have Rajon Rondo. But the Hawks have a whole team that's been here together, cohesive, that's been in the playoffs, that made that deep run last year. They know what it takes. And they have looked a lot more like that team last year lately, playing hard defense, like I said here at the end of the season. And they looked the part versus the Hornets, winning by about 30. They won by 29 there. So against an immature team. And I think here for the Cavs, they still have some stepping stones here. Garland still is going to have some work cut out for him. He's still young. I think that experience will show itself at some point in this game. And I think the Hawks will win this game in pretty much a pick'em type of spread. And the Cavs honestly haven't been that impressive here down the stretch. They are 4-19 in the last 13 games against the spread. 3-4 last 7 games as a underdog as well against the spread. Hawks, meanwhile, 8-2 in their last 10 games against the spread. On the season, 8-9 as a away favorite. So that's obviously not great. But like I said, they're playing great here down the stretch, which is what I want to see. And the Hawks here, 15th in defensive rating over the last 10. Like I said, improved from where they were at during the season. And the Cavaliers, 21st in defensive rating. Now the Hawks here, 3rd in offensive rating, though, in the last 10 games. Cavaliers, 19th. So really, on both sides, the Cavs have been very mediocre, to say the least. Now, Jared Allen may play this game. It looks like he's on track to play. He's going to try to play. What that means exactly, he's definitely not going to be at 100%. Just from rating it, it's like Jared Allen's going to try to give it a go. I mean, that doesn't inspire confidence. So I'm not honestly too concerned about him. I think, we could see limited minutes from him as well. And even if he does play, honestly, that still doesn't worry me that much. Not like he's going to have that chemistry right off the bat. Obviously with his Cavs teammates that he's been out for so long. So, do love it there, guys. For our number 2 pick, Atlanta Hawks, minus 1.5 spread here versus the Cavaliers at minus 112 odds. Okay, and at number 3, we're rolling with CJ McCollum, under 25.5 points here for the New Orleans Pelicans at minus 116 odds. This guy's McCollum is 7 out of his last 9 to this under overall. He's also gone under in 8 out of his last 9 games with Brandon Ingram in the lineup, which he is projected to play for this game as well. We did see McCollum go off last game, score 32 points. 27 of those points came in the first half. Now, what did I talk about with Brandon Ingram that was very significant in that game? He didn't play a ton of minutes in the first half. He sat a lot of the second quarter, and that's where McCollum really did his work. McCollum, like I said, 27 points in the first half, just 5 in the second half. And overall, with Ingram on the floor, Ingram is more their first option. Now, McCollum can score. He's a very gifted scorer. We saw him, like I said, go off in that game. But as long as Ingram can stay out of foul trouble, McCollum's not going to be racking it up like he did last game versus a suspect defense there in the Spurs. Clippers are not the same type of animal. And like I said, Ingram's more going to be the guy if he's on the floor. So hopefully Ingram can stay out of foul trouble. We don't count on that kind of stuff happening, especially with a guard. Forward, guard, you don't look for that to happen. Maybe a big guy gets in foul trouble. But a guy like Brandon Ingram shouldn't have been in foul trouble like he was. But he was. So what can he do? Now, McCollum also averaging 0.8 less points on the road as well, so he doesn't perform quite as well on the road. And he's also gone under in 6 of the last 7 games versus the Clippers as well. And the Clippers are down the stretch in the last 6 games have the 3rd best defensive rating as well. So they have a lot of capable defenders, guys. Marcus Morris, Paul George, guys that could step up and guard McCollum and make life difficult on him. And could see him more facilitate in this game. Is he still going to get up in around the 20-point mark? Sure he will. He's a very gifted scorer. I expect him still to score about 20. But like I said, that still gives us some room here as far as on the under 25.5. I just think his line is just a little too high for this game in particular. And it is the playoffs, guys. You're going to see guys giving hard defense there. And like I said, even in the second half, he only scored 5 points. So just think about that. Second half of that Spurs game, he only put up 5 points. 27, like I said, came a lot, with Ingram off the floor. He went on a 10-0 spurt. Right when Ingram got pulled in that second quarter, it was about 5 minutes to go. McCollum went on like a self 10-0 run somewhere in there, towards the end of the half. So, like I said, I don't look for that to happen again. And I think he goes under here today. So, love it there, guys, for number 3 pick. CJ McCollum under 25.5 points here for the Pelicans at minus 116 odds. Okay, guys, and finally at number 4, we are going with Paul George over 3.5 threes here for the Los Angeles Clippers at minus 102 odds. So, guys, George has been really hot from 3-point range since he's come back from injury. He is 4 out of 6 to this line since coming back, posting logs of 6, 6, 5, and 6. And the ones that he hit. So he's gone well over this amount, which is what I like to see. He is 27 out of 52 from 3 since he's come back. So he's been shooting a very hot basketball. And he's drawn a solid matchup here with the New Orleans Pelicans, who are allowing the 8th most 3-pointers on the season. Like I said, this has a lot of the basis of why we took Murray, and I think the only reason we didn't hit on Murray, like I said, was because of that foul trouble. So very comfortable running it here with Paul George. He put up, he cashed 6 3-pointers in that game versus Minnesota, and that wasn't a surprise to me. He's been shooting a ton of them. Like I said, 52 attempts in 6 games. He's been shooting a lot of threes. And versus the Pelicans so far this year, his last game he played the Pelicans, he put up 5 threes. Now, the 2 earlier games earlier in the season, he had 3 and 3. So he finished on the hook at both those. But in all 3 games put together, guys, versus the Pelicans, he's got 31 attempts from 3. That's over 10 per game. So with how he's been shooting the ball, we're asking for him to make 4 of those. And honestly, I could see him shooting 12, 13, maybe even 14 threes this game. Just because, it is the playoffs, the ball's going to go through him, and he's going to shoot the ball a lot, and he wants to shoot the 3 a lot. I don't know what happened when he was out. Maybe he worked on his shot when he was out, because he's been, career type of percentage from 3. Shooting above 50% for a sustained period of time, which is obviously what you love to see over this stretch. 27 out of 52 is nothing to sniff at. That's pretty good. That's up there with the elite 3-point shooters. So obviously, looking for that to continue. I think Paul George here can get it done. Love it there, guys, for a number 4 pick. Paul George over 3.5 threes here for the Clippers at minus 102 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. As always, just want to say that I appreciate you all here at the channel. It has been a lot of fun growing as a community with you guys. And hoping, we can do a little bit better in 2-2, obviously. 2-2 the other night. Like to do better than that. At least get 3-1 tonight. Feel great about the plays. We are rolling with a lot of unders here lately because they've been hitting. All of our unders lately have been hitting. So that's why I've really focused in on, adding even an extra under in because we want to cash at the end of the day. And, I love the 1 overplay that we have for threes. I think that's where, what made the most sense to me today. But love the unders, guys. In the playoffs, we're going to be looking for unders, a lot of the time here in the playoffs. Things tighten up. Things get tight. And I don't know if the books have, adjusted for that. They haven't according to the points lines. Because, I believe every single under as far as the points, total points is hit so far in the play-in tournament. So, and there's a good reason for that. It's like I said, things tighten up, teams try harder. Even the Hornets, though, the Hornets kind of gave a sloppy effort the other night. They saw people getting ejected. That's not typical. They're not a mature team. But here, watch those unders. I think both get hit again, even though I believe the Pelicans Clippers, I believe it was like 216. But I still think that under could hit. I'm not going to roll it as official play because I think it's kind of close. It makes me a little bit nervous, but I'd be surprised if it doesn't hit, honestly. So Love the plays today, guys. Wish you guys all the best of luck in your bets. Check out all of our social links, Discord, Twitter. We're on Instagram, TikTok as well. Right now, Discord and Twitter are our primary ones, so connect with us on there. Get new ideas for bets. Check out our Prize Picks link as well, guys. Get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100 using our link or our code SFP. So check that out. Other than that, guys, it's going to do it for me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.